And welcome back, everybody, to the latest top 10 list in these mini cast series that I got going over here on YouTube and TikTok. Today, we are going to be covering the top 10 New Jersey mall memories. Now, not everyone's going to have the same memory of the New Jersey Mall, but we all definitely have some that I think stand out above the others, and some of these might bring you back down memory lane. But, before Amazon and TikTok took over our lives, the New Jersey Mall was center of the universe. This is where friendships were made, fights broke out, and cinnamon sugar was a currency. Here are the top 10 most iconic NJ Mall memories. Waiting for somebody by the fountain. Remember when by the fountain was actually like a GPS coordinate? Unless they meant the other one. There were some malls that did have two. Pretending to like Auntie Anne's just for the free samples. You looped past that thing 4 or 5 times, and every time you came walking by, making it seem like it was your first. We all did it. I'll say this, Auntie Anne's is amazing now. I couldn't do their Oreo one. I'm not a big chocolate like Oreo guy, but yeah, that was they're always such a good hit to have in the mall. Perfect snack for walking around too. Spending $40 at a Hot Topic on wristbands and band tees. Yeah, not gonna lie, but yeah, you walked in preppy and you walked out punk. that was a mission accomplished. Hot Topic, glad they're still around. I actually did the same thing. Yes, wristbands and band tees. But more recently, it has been for Funko Pops, which my most favorite one to ever ask for somebody was a Dick in the Box, which is a Saturday Night Live reference. So I had asked the guy to grab the Dick in the Box Funko Pop from a high shelf, and it was quite funny. Anyway, back to the list. Here we go. We got the time that the mall Santa got into a fight. Actually, it wasn't a mall Santa. It was a Easter Bunny. This actually did happen in Jersey City, and that's just the Jersey way. Spencer's Gifts Confusion. Is this a prank shop or an adult toy store? If you know, you know. And the answer is yes. Playing house at IKEA in Elizabeth. When IKEA in Elizabeth opened up, I do remember going down there and just having an absolute blast, because it was the first IKEA in the area, and it was just absolutely epic. You sat on every couch and probably used a fake toilet, and yeah, we all just did it. Anyway, going back to the list here, we've got Cinnabon plus Orange Julius Sugar Overload. One was sticky, one was citrus together, a diabetic fever dream. And riding the carousel at any of them when they did have the carousel. For me, I was lucky enough to grow up in where they did have a carousel in multiple malls. Yeah, there's multiple malls in one town in Bergen County, and yeah, those were my go-to malls. Primus Park all the way. Also on the list here, we've got going to the movies and then sneaking into a second one. I never did this, actually, but it wasn't really a crime, but, some people would do it, and the usual people who would do it. Sometimes they would get caught. And ending the list are parking lot fights. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm older, or maybe it's because kids do this less, but it just seems like there were more fights in the parking lots. Now it seems like you're getting all these fights in the malls, like especially in the cafeterias. A lot's changed over the years with these, the malls. I was lucky enough to have 3 malls near us in one single town, Paramus all the way. But yeah, the mall nostalgia is still there. You had Sam Goody. I remember there was a Discovery Channel store at one point. Primus Park was where I used to get my Christmas pictures taken with Santa. It was just our mall. It's a perfect mall too to just spend like the afternoon. Malls are like second homes for some people. You always got those mall rats. Shout out Kevin Smith, fellow Jersey boy there. But yeah, the Dirty on Jersey, we like to get down to the nitty gritty with some of these stories. So I'd love to hear some of your interesting stories that you've had at a mall. Have you ever run into anybody? Have you ever come across something insane? The weird people? Malls back in the day were kind of crazy. They still are today. So drop a comment down below. And as always, if you know, you know. And if you don't, we'll tell you.